Have a look at this successful Etsy shop. It specializes in selling printable spreadsheets to help with staying organized and being productive. Let's talk about how much money they're making. This shop has made over 61,000 sales, and from what I can see, their printables are around over $1 per product, on average. At least that's what the sale price is. The non-sale price is around $3. But even if we assume they sell all their products at $1, with over 61,000 sales, this shop has made at least $61,000. And they only started in 2022 and have 24 printables in their store. That's pretty impressive considering not much work has gone into this shop, and this is probably just one passive source of income that the shop owner has. The goal of today's video is to show you how you can do something similar. I'm going to walk you through the process of creating and selling printables so that you can make unlimited passive income, even as a total beginner. Whether you want to make planner pages, journals, or creative designs that people can print out at home, I'll break down each part of the process so that by the end of this, you'll know exactly what to do. Let's jump straight into it. Step 1. Pick your niche. Before you start designing, it's important to know who you're designing for. This is called finding your niche. Think about it. Are you making something for moms who want to keep their families organized? Or maybe you're designing for students who need study planners? Picking a niche helps you focus on what your potential customers actually need. For example, if you're focusing on busy moms, you could create a simple weekly planner that includes sections for meals, appointments, and a to-do list. It's all about making something that fits into their lifestyle. Step 2. Start designing your printable. Once you have an idea of who you're designing for, it's time to get into the actual design process. Don't worry if you've never designed anything before. Tools like Canva make it super easy for beginners. If you've never used Canva, it's a free, beginner-friendly online design platform. It has tons of templates you can start with, so you don't need to worry about coming up with a layout from scratch. Let's say you're designing a daily planner for young professionals who need to stay on top of their work and personal lives. You can start by going to Canva, creating a new document, and choosing the A4 size, which is a standard page size for printables. From there, you'll want to search through their template library to find a layout that works for you. So, for example, we can search for Daily Planner Template in the search bar here on the left, and then we can pick one that looks good. Even though Canva has great templates, make sure to customize them so your printable feels unique. You might want to add a section for the top 3 priorities of the day, or a spot for writing down any important meetings or deadlines. Just think about what would be useful for your audience and start designing from there. When it comes to the actual look of your planner, there are a few things to keep in mind. First, the fonts and colors you choose really matter. You want your text to be easy to read, so stick to simple fonts for the main sections. Something like Arial or Montserrat works really well. For the headings, you can get a little more creative, but don't go overboard. Using super decorative or script fonts might look pretty, but they can be hard to read, especially if your audience is trying to quickly glance at their planner during a busy day. For colors, think about what prints well on home printers. Bright neon colors might look great on the screen, but they won't print nicely, so stick to softer tones like pastels or neutral shades. Something like a light gray or pastel blue can add a bit of color without making the page too harsh to look at. Remember, people will be using your printables every day, so the design should be easy on the eyes. Step 3. Make it editable. You might want to give your customers the option to actually customize the printable that you have created. This might be especially useful if you're selling something like a budget planner, where the customer wants to put in their own specific details and budgeting categories. To make your printable editable, all you have to do is use the feature Canva offers, where you can share your template with a special link. This allows the buyer to open it up and start editing it in their own Canva account. Make sure to share this link with your customer after they've made a purchase. Step 4. Put your printable to the test. Now, once you've got your design set, it's really important to test it out. I know it's tempting to skip this part, but trust me, you want to make sure your printable looks as good in real life as it does on your computer. So, download your design as a high-resolution PDF and print it at home. Check to see how everything looks on paper. Are the fonts clear and readable? Do the colors look the way you expected them to? Is there enough space for people to write in? If something looks off, don't worry. Just go back to Canva, tweak the design, and try again until you're happy with the final result. Step 5. Set up your printables. Etsy shop. Once you're happy with your design, it's time to start selling. One of the easiest ways to sell printables is by opening an Etsy shop. If you've never used Etsy before, it's a popular online marketplace where people sell handmade, vintage, or digital goods, and printables are really popular here. Setting up a shop is very straightforward. You'll just need a shop name, a few images of your products, and a description of what you're selling. Let's break this down a bit more. First, think about a shop name. You want something catchy, but also something that gives potential customers an idea of what you sell. If you're focusing on planners, something like Organized Life Designs or Pretty Planners Koiuro could work. You can always change the name later, but try to pick something that feels professional and reflects the type of printables you're offering. Next, you'll need to create some mock-ups for your product listings. These are basically photos that show your printable in use. You can create these right in Canva by placing your planner design onto a background background that looks like a desk with a cup of coffee next to it, for example. These mock-ups give your customers a better idea of how your printable will look when they use it, and it can really help boost your sales. In the product description, make sure to explain exactly what the buyer is getting. Is the file a PDF? What size is it? Does it print on standard printer paper? It's also a good idea to include some tips on how to print the file and suggest what kind of paper works best, like 80 GSM printer paper. When it comes to pricing, most printables on Etsy sell for around $1 to $5 each, depending on how complex they are. You don't want to price your items too high when you're just starting out, because it's important to build up sales and reviews first. Once you've got a few sales under your belt, you can start thinking about creating bundles, like offering a weekly planner, a meal planner, and a habit tracker all in one package for a slightly higher price. Bundles can be a great way to increase your average sale price. Step 6. Market your printable. Finally, once your shop is set up, you'll want to promote your printables. This is where social media comes in. You can get as creative as you like here. Platforms like Instagram and Pinterest are great for promoting digital products. Pinterest is especially powerful because it acts as a search engine for visual content. You can create pins showing off your printable planners and link them directly to your Etsy store. Make sure to use relevant keywords in your pin descriptions, like printable daily planner or digital planner for busy moms, so people searching for those things can find your pins easily. Those are all the fundamentals that you need to know about creating and selling printables as a total beginner. It might feel like a lot at first, but trust me, once you get the hang of it, it becomes second nature. So, what do you think? Are you ready to dive into the world of printables? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button if you found this video helpful.